Like, seriously, what is this little bit of hair doing? It's just, yeah. You're just going to do what you want. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm bringing you the second quarter update for 2025 on my Trash Talk series. So this is my empties and my purchases. It also includes my no/low buy. Doing it as quarterly updates definitely works for my schedule, but it does mean we've got a lot more to talk about, and I had to make sure that everything I'm about to talk about is actually everything I purchased. Let's get into it. So this is my basket of empties. We do have our makeup and our beauty empties in here, and I'm going to go through each. Oops, I bumped the camera. We're going to go through each item. For those new to this video series, I'm going to discuss all my empties. I am on a no/low buy, so each empty equals a point as such. And then dependent on the amount of points I have in my bank and the categories that they align to is how many items from within that category I can purchase. Before we get into my low/no buy details, let's run through my little stockpile of empty products and how many points I'm going to be bringing in. I'm going to do my best to try to separate these more into the type of category they are. So makeup, beauty, etc. Though what I think I might start with is I completed the May mask challenge at the best of my ability. I'll have my recap video for that linked up in the cards, but I do have a heap of items that I have gotten because of that challenge. So first up here, we have the Super Fresh Hair Mask in Bubblegum Yum scent. This is from Anko, and I did completely use it up. You can see, I think there's a tiny little bit left in there, but that's kind of sunk down off the wall. So when I put it in here, it was complete. Giving this a sniff, as I discussed in my May Mask Challenge video, this does not smell like bubblegum. It is a lot more of a floral scent and makes me think of conventional hair conditioners or shampoos. In fact, that's how I kind of ended up using this mask, because it did not really mask. I think if you're going to be getting a hair mask type product, the Garnier Fructis ones, the hair food masks, they do a lot more for your hair than these Anko ones. So I was excited to give this one a try. I wanted to have my hair smelling like bubblegum, but that is definitely not the experience I had, and I will not be repurchasing. However, this does give me 1 new point. Then I have these 4 Intense Repair Sheet Masks. This is from Repair Beauty. They are individually packaged sheets that came in a larger set, but each pack is classed as one of the items, one hair mask. I count them individually. Therefore, it does mean I get 4 points to my mask category, which is probably cheating, but my mask category is currently on a no buy anyway, so I'm not going to be purchasing any more masks anytime soon. In relation to these products, they were just sheet masks. I enjoyed them quite a lot. They did leave my skin feeling quite rejuvenated, so I would recommend. However, I'm not a huge fan of the amount of packaging, the amount of waste that comes about with these individual sheet masks. And the last mask I have in here is actually from Sephora. This is the Cherry Lip Mask. It was an interesting little mask. I wonder if you can see on the pictures here. So it was shaped like a set of lips. You peeled it off, you stuck it on your lips, and it gave your lips a boost. It rejuvenated your lips, hydrated your lips. I enjoyed the smell. It had a really big cherry scent to it, and I did enjoy how my lips felt after. But similar to those sheet masks, this is a one-use product, so I don't love the fact that there was quite a lot of waste from this one product for one use. Would I repurchase? Potentially. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the wastage. But this brings one more point into my mask category. Then we have 3 items that don't get any points from my beauty bank. They are not part of the categories. The first one is a Rexona deodorant. This is a roll-on deodorant. I enjoyed the smell. I enjoyed the process. I do think overall I'm more preferring the cream deodorants rather than these roll-on or the antiperspirant sprays, but I do have a few of these left in my collection, so I'm working through them. And in a pinch, I would be quite happy to repurchase, but this one doesn't have any points to my bank. Then we have a shampoo and a conditioner. These are from OGX, and they're the Argan Oil of Morocco conditioner and shampoo. I really enjoy this shampoo and conditioner and how it makes my hair feel. I would definitely repurchase, preferably more so when they're on special, as they can be a bit pricey. OGX is a bit of a pricey brand here in Australia. I'm not sure how it is in other locations, but I did enjoy them and I would repurchase. But like I said, no points to my bank. Then we have a Palmolive body wash. This one's in the scent Calming Pleasure, which has got a nice cherry blossom scent to it. I did enjoy this body wash and I enjoy the scent overall. This is worth 1 point to my body wash category, and I would repurchase the Palmolive brand. Then we have this Clearasil Ultra Overnight Wash. I do class these as cleansers because I use it to cleanse my face, to wash my face, and therefore it is worth 1 point. I enjoyed this product overall, but I am happy to finally have this one specifically out of my collection. I also have a round of cotton pads, makeup pads. This also doesn't have any points for my beauty bank. I enjoyed these overall and I would repurchase. Then we have this Garnier Micellar Rose Water in Clean and Glow. Removes makeup and cleanses and glow. No rinse off. I use this to remove my makeup as my first step of removing my makeup. I also did use this one to wash my makeup brushes. It is part of a project. I think it might be my Leave the Hive in 25 project. I might be incorrect there, but I'll have linked up in the cards specifically the project it is part of, and obviously down in the description. This was the last micellar water in my collection, and the points for it do go to makeup remover. I do still have 1 more makeup remover in my collection, so like I said, that is 1 point to my makeup remover category. Then we have this Isano Collagen Boost Eye Cream. This was the last eye cream in my collection, and as you can see, I have completely used this up. This therefore goes 1 point to my cream category. My cream category consists of my eye creams, my hand creams, my foot creams. Any type of cream goes to my cream category. So this is 1 point to my cream category, and we'll discuss this a bit further in my purchases section. Overall, I definitely enjoyed this cream and I would repurchase. Then we have a handful of makeup items. First up, we have the Emco Beauty Hydrate and Glow Ultra Fine Mist. This was a facial setting spray. This does give me 1 point towards my setting spray category. As you can potentially see right here, this product was very glittery. It was part of my Leave the Hive project, and I am very happy to have this one out of my collection. I'm not a big fan of the setting sprays that are overly oily or have a lot of shimmer to them, and that's how this one was. I had to shake it up when you first used it, and it had a bit of an oil consistency to it to give you that hydrated glow effect, as well as glitters in it. So at times my face looked really glittery, and as you can see, I already have quite a bit of shine in my T-zone, so this really isn't the facial mist for me. So I'm happy to have this out of my collection. If I was desperate, like I was when this one was purchased and I needed a setting spray, I would repurchase this, but I would definitely prefer to go to a different setting spray over something so glowy. Then we have the Nivea Pearly Shine lip balm. This is all that's in here. I haven't dug it out. I've only gone down to where it's cutting my lips, scraping my lips when I use it. I enjoyed this product. It does have, I wonder if I can get a bit of a swatch. It does have that real shine to it. So it wasn't something I particularly like to wear on a regular basis when I was just wanting a lip balm and wasn't wearing makeup. But at times it brought a little something to the look. I'm happy to have this one out of my collection, and it is 1 point to my lip balm category. I actually have another lip balm. This is the Nude by Nature lip balm. Apologies for all the stickiness that is stuck to it. It is from the packaging of this one. It kind of leaked out, as you can see. So those masks have definitely added a bit of grossness to the bottom of my basket. But this is the Nude by Nature lip balm. It's in the shade 02 Nude, and it was a nudie colored lip balm. Same type of thing here. I didn't dig it out. I just went down until I couldn't get any more out naturally. Let's see if I can get a bit of a swatch for you. That is what this one looked like. Definitely, if I dug out these products, there would be a lot more in here, but I have a lot of lip balms, a lot of products I'm working through, so I don't really want to make something a hassle for me. I would have to de-pot it into a jar and then use a brush to apply it. I'm not into that, so we're going to be calling this one complete. But this is what that one looked like. It definitely had a different scent to it, which I kind of enjoyed, and I enjoyed the color payoff from this lip balm. It was soft enough that I could wear it without makeup, and it just gave my lips but better kind of look to it. But also, when I had makeup on, it didn't look like I had just bare lips when I wore it. So I definitely enjoyed this product and I would look to repurchase it. And then last but not least, I did finish up the lip primer. This is from Essence. It's in the shade, the product name 01 Let's Get It Started. It was a lip base and I'm happy to have finished it. This was also in my Leave the Hive in 25 project. So this has been, I guess, a little bit of a spoiler for that project, and the next update for that will be coming out after this video. So you'll see me talking about all these items again. I did enjoy this product. However, having it in this little pot, I didn't like having to dip my finger in it to then rub it on my lips. I would much prefer something like the Nude by Nature lip primer, which is in a stick form, very similar to this lip balm, and you put it on like a lip balm. So I definitely prefer that style of product rather than the potted version. But overall, I enjoyed this product. I wouldn't say that it necessarily gave me more clinginess to my lips. However, it did, I guess, fill in any little spider wrinkles that I have in my lips, my little crevices. So it made my lip products kind of glide on a bit smoother. So it didn't affect the longevity of the products, but it probably did give me a more smooth look to it. So this one, as well as these two, all give me points towards my lip product category. I have all my lip products put in together into one category, though that category is also on a no buy. So where am I sitting in my current beauty bank? You'll see up here my categories and my points in those categories. As you can see, I now have 5 points in my lip products category, though that is a no buy category. I have 6 points in my mask category. That is also a no buy category. I have 1 under makeup remover, an additional 1 under cream. So I now have 2, and that is also a no buy category, but we do need to discuss that. I have 1 now under cleanser and 1 under body wash. So like I said earlier, my cream category is all merged together. That means my hand creams, my foot creams, my eye creams, any cream that is not a moisturizer technically goes into cream. And like I said earlier, this was my last eye cream. Therefore, after finishing this, I had no eye creams in my collection. But my cream category is a no buy. So I have reached a bit of an impasse. Do I move my eye cream category into its own category? Do I make eye creams an exemption to the beauty budget? And what do I do when I get down to a point of use a product up, purchase a new product? Like I've said before, I live in a regional location, so it is not super easy or inexpensive for me to just purchase more products when I need them. I've got limited locations to buy them. Therefore, if an item is on sale or I go somewhere and an item is cheaper, sometimes financially I am better off purchasing at least one backup. So I'm not really sure what to do. Do I make a specific category that is more along the lines of 1 in, 1 out? Or do I put a rule that I can only ever have 2 of one of these repurchase products, these end of the line products in my collection, and then just make sure I maintain that? I'm not really sure what to do at this point, so I would love to hear your comments down in the comment section. What are you thinking? What has worked for you? How do you think I should manage this? Should I just make it an exemption? Give me your thoughts, feelings, and otherwise. But that does lead into the first product that I did purchase. I did obviously purchase a new eye cream. I got this one from TK Maxx. It was on special. I got it for $7 instead of $10. TK Maxx are very new to Australia and they do not have a huge makeup collection. And some of the items in there I wouldn't necessarily say are on sale. But I was happy with this purchase and I have started using it. In fact, I'm using it today. This is the By Nature from New Zealand coconut oil and hydrochloric acid rejuvenating eye cream. I am quite happy with this product so far, but what do I do regarding its purchase? How do these work for my points? Yes, I have 2 points in my cream category, so I could use it and say I'm just going to use those 2 points. However, like I said, my cream category is on a no buy. And I'm not really sure if that's the right step to take at this moment. I was going to say that this was one of my 5 exemption items, but I'm reconsidering it now. And I think I'm going to make the choice that I'm going to use those 2 no-buy points. I'm going to use the 2 points that are in my cream category because I'm pretty sure that both those points are from eye creams. Therefore, I will be starting that category fresh. And when I do get to a point that I'm coming off of the no-buy, as we previously slightly discussed, at least then I'm not holding points from eye creams that have either been created into an exemption or moved into their own category. So this product does take away the 2 points currently sitting in my no buy cream category. Outside of that purchase, I did purchase 2 additional products. First off, while I was in TK Maxx, I decided to purchase another micellar water. This micellar water that I completed was the last micellar water in my collection. However, I do have another makeup remover, which is what I'm currently using. But like I said, I was in a place where I could get this on a bit of a sale. So I got this from $6. It was down from $7.99. It is a Revolution product and it is quite a large product. So there's 400 mils in this and there's 400 mils in these too, but these are like $12. So I decided to purchase this. Even though I do still have a makeup remover in my collection, though that is also my last makeup remover. Therefore, going forward, makeup remover is going to be in the same category as eye creams. So like I said, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts and feelings are. Because I currently only have 1 point in my makeup remover category, however, I am pretty close-ish to being done with this. I'm probably got a quarter of this product left. So I'm actually going to use the point that is in my makeup remover category and go into, this sounds horrible, but go into the minus points. So I will be in -1 point, but when I complete the current makeup remover that's in my collection, I'd gain that point and then I've already spent it. So I will be neutral I'm expecting by next Trash Talk episode. So this will come out of my makeup remover category. Like I said, I'm going into the minuses. So this type of product also needs to be discussed going forward. It's interesting because I have a handful of products that I obviously have got under control, and then I have products that are so out of control that it's ridiculous. And in fact, I did purchase a product that is within that out of control section in a no buy category, and that is this makeup palette. This is a Lion King themed palette, and I actually got it from EB Games. I wasn't going to get it, but I actually got it on special. It wasn't $20. I got it on special. And I really liked the color story in this product. And I'm a big fan of The Lion King. I know that is not really an excuse, especially considering my eyeshadow category is massively in the no buy category, and I am unlikely to get it under control anytime soon. So I definitely didn't need a new eyeshadow palette. But the purpose of having the 5-item exemption that I've put in place is so I could purchase products like this without feeling this bone crunching guilt. You do need to still enjoy life to a certain extent. It is just curbing that enjoyment to when you really want things rather than kind of going a little cray-cray. So for that, this is my first item in my 5-item exemption. And in fact, last year, I don't think I purchased anything really in my 5-item exemption. So I've decided to use this one as one of those items. That means I'm only going to have 4 exemptions left. And this does not negatively impact my no buy at all. And I still don't regret making this purchase. I have got a slight amount of guilt because I know the amount of makeup products I own, but I'm still happy that I have this and I made that call. But those were the 3 items I've purchased and how they've affected my no buy bank. We definitely need to have a discussion and make a decision for next round, next episode, what I'm going to do with those categories that are hitting that 1-for-1 style ins and outs category when I really don't have an issue with those products. So let's discuss that down in the comments. But until next time, I'm Verity. This is my 2025 second quarter update for my Trash Talk series. And now to the outro.